Welcome back. This is the fourth part of our series looking at where America stands in terms of other industrial democratic countries throughout the world. This is called We're Number One, question mark, exclamation point. Are we really? Today we'll look at reproductive rights and supporting the family. One of the major issues that's been facing the United States is the question of paid family leave. Now, back in the early part of the 1990s, President Bill Clinton finally got passed the Family Medical Leave Act. This was considered a landmark piece of legislation. Boy, we were so happy about that. Families got like 12 weeks of unpaid, let me repeat that, unpaid vacation to take care of their kids or their people in their family. Those who supported that bill said, well, this is just the first part of it. Surely we're going to go to paid family leave sometime later. Well, guess what? It hasn't happened. The United States doesn't have paid family leave as a federal law. And how do we stand in terms of other countries? Well, guess what? We are dead last in the entire world. Only two other countries, Papua New Guinea and Oman, also don't have paid family leave. It's almost comical to see how other countries, other democratic countries, have 15 weeks. Some even have 30 weeks of paid family leave, and we don't have any of that stuff. Another issue we have is childcare. Back in the 1970s, we were thinking about having a major child care act and having federal funds for childcare, but that hasn't happened either. And so the child care funds that we have are frankly very limited. And in comparison to other countries throughout the world, we're 28th in the world. We're 28th in the OECD. How about infant mortality? Here is another issue that is frankly very embarrassing for the United States, and one of the issues that really bugs me a lot. We're number one. No, that's not good. We're the worst. We're the worst country in the OECD in terms of infant mortality. And most of the infant mortality lies on for poor people, for people of color, people who really don't have a chance. And frankly, what's happening with Donald Trump's bill, the big, beautiful bill with the cutbacks in Medicaid and cutbacks to rural hospitals and things, this can only get worse. How about child well-being? Thinking of all the programs that we could have for taking care of children. Well, and we compare ourselves to the OECD countries. Remember, there are 38 of them. We're number 36. We're 36 in the world. All these things are just so embarrassing, and they're so, you just kind of wonder, why on earth has the United States not been able to do any of this stuff? And remember, all these rankings come before the second Trump administration took over. Then the last issue that I think I'd like to talk about is reproductive rights. We know all about this. With the dismantling of Roe versus Wade and the Supreme Court saying that basically it's up to the states, and we've seen what's happened in the states. We have this big dichotomy between the states that are banning abortions and the states that are welcoming people and keeping abortion rights safe. Incidentally, throughout the world, the major push in industrialized countries is to have abortion as something that is legal and something that is protected. And the United States, again, is going against all odds here. I want to bring up one country that would be surprising about its sudden change in abortion policy. Ireland, a Catholic country, for a very long period of time, said, oh no, you can't have abortions. It was against the law, it was against the Constitution. But a series of tragic events where women were killed in labor, and they were forced to have a child without the protections of an abortion. It was changed around, and just in the last few years, Ireland has gone from being a against abortion's country to one where where the right to have an abortion is fixed and permanent in its society. The United States, of course, is deeply divided. If you like hearing these videos about America's place in the world, you might want to hit the subscribe and like button. And also, you might look at some of the other things that I put together. There's a website, www.we'renumber.one, we're number one, which updates what the Trump administration has been doing. And I update that, probably every other week or so. There's also the book called We're Number One. You might want to look at that. And also a Substack newsletter, which is called We're Number One as well. So you might want to look at these things and keep up on things. We're going to talk about other issues coming up in the next episode. So thanks a lot for watching.